Alrighty everybody, welcome back to our latest solo adventure on an official Siptah PvP server. Over the last couple days we have been busy picking fights with a lot of the clans on this server, but today I think it's time we start preparing to take on the two big alpha clans on the server. As you can see here right behind me, this here is one of the oldest alpha clans on the server. This is their main base, I suspect. And then right over there, their neighbor, another alpha clan. Let me show you. There it is. Two alpha bases right next to each other. I'm assuming to some degree they're probably allies, because kind of weird that they haven't destroyed each other being this close. So definitely allies. And we're definitely going to start going after this clan now. We've been on the server for 4 days. It's time. So I have been doing a lot of planning to see how we can take down these alpha clans. These alpha clans, I imagine, have been pretty comfortable on this server. Doesn't seem like the server gets much war. It is a Siptah server, so of course it's not going to be the most active PvP server. But I imagine these alphas don't really get much action. Especially when you take a look around here, almost every single spot here that can be used to raid them with at least a trebuchet is land claim by both clans. Just from what I suspect, I think here, this one right here, Wrath of Gods, this might be the oldest alpha clan on this server. It seems like they are the most established. They have teleporters all around the map. And again, as you can see over there, every area completely land claim. All of the areas that have a high point of advantage, they've made sure to cover it. And then we start moving over to this second alpha clan. This clan here is known as From the Ashes, and as you can see, they've also land claimed all the areas around here. It is crazy. So over the last 2 days since finding these bases, I have been working off camera just trying to figure out how we can go about raiding these two clans, because everything is pretty much land claim here. So it's kind of hard to set up a trebuchet base of any kind. So there are 3 possible options how we can go about raiding this clan. First option, obviously, we learn magic and we fly up to the top of their base and just start raiding it up down. But the issue with that is that requires a lot of effort, because we have to learn all of the sorcery spells all over again. And that takes a lot of time. It's also very risky because, again, these guys, I don't know how many players they have, but they're a big clan. So us going up there solo with all of our bomb inventory, and we die once, that's it. Game over. We lose all of our explosives. Very risky going up against a big clan like that. And again, check it out. Everything here completely land claim. So yeah, don't really want to go with that game plan of learning sorcery. It just takes too much time. It's way too risky. And right now with the crazy cheats that are going around on official servers, cheaters can literally wipe your recipes. So it's not even worth it to invest in learning all these crazy recipes. As we saw in my last solo playthrough, the cheats are crazy right now. Now the second option, and I think probably the most destructive one, is to do a god summoning. I thought about we could do maybe Jevosog or Yog. I like Yog more. It seems a little bit easier, at least on Siptah to get. But the issue with that is that, again, another thing that requires a lot of effort and time, especially on Siptah, because we do need to open up some surges here. And we got to collect a bunch of items to summon a tier 4 surge so that we can get a Yog priest. It's very time consuming, and I did do some tests on single player. God summonings have been completely nerfed. It just takes forever for gods to break any foundations. So it's almost like it's not even worth the time, because the gods are just kind of useless at this point. They're not nearly as strong as they used to be. They last longer, 10 minutes now after the latest nerf, but they just don't do that much damage. Ideally though, that's what I would have wanted to do, because I've never done a god summoning, and that would sound really epic if we could do it. But I feel like with how weak it is to kill a god and how little damage they do, just not worth it to sink in all those maybe 6 hours collecting all the items that we need to open up a surge, to get a priest, and then to farm all the zeals and all that. just very time consuming and it's not destructive enough. So I think that leaves us with the final best option for a solo player. That is to set up a trebuchet and just melt these bases from a distance. Best option for a solo player, obviously. But as we just saw, the issue with that is that every high point advantage has been completely land claimed in this area. Setting up a trebuchet on the bottom, a little bit too tricky because they got high point advantage everywhere, so they can shoot out the trebuchet pretty easily from any high distance, as you can see. So I would rather have it maybe like on a pillar like that, so that they can't shoot the treb as easy. And yeah, I've been scouting this area off camera once I'm done recording the last 2 days, trying to find a good location, trying to come up with a plan. And last night, I think I finally did. Just check it out. The land claim is crazy here. Everything is covered except for this base here, the second alpha clan. From the ashes, they actually missed 1 point here. I'll show you right now. This little rock here, it's not the best one, but it's really all we got. And I've already spent some time on single player building a base on this rock to see if I can come up with a base strong enough to be able to protect the trebuchet long enough for us to do some decent damage on this base. And yeah, check it out. This, out of everything here, look at that. Land claim, all land claim, even all the way up back there. Here, even the mountains back here, they're all land claim. Except this little rock. And I was able to build a pretty decent enough base that can withstand at least maybe 10 minutes of them shooting arrows at us or trying to bomb us to destroy the treb. And I think that's what we're gonna do. We are gonna set up a trebuchet base right here, kind of like we did in the last solo playthrough. And we're just gonna melt this base from a distance. I really don't think we'll get much loot. That's not really the objective. It's just some fun destruction, that's it. If we have enough materials, I do want to set up a war pyramid here, because once we're done shooting, I do want to engage in some PvP with them. Once obviously they're going to be upset, maybe, I imagine, so they're going to start coming after us and we can get some fun PvP going. Today will be all about preparation. We need so many materials. We need enough materials to build a thick base, strong enough. We also need to farm some explosives, some dragon powder so that we can make the demon barrages. A lot of farming, a lot of preparation to do today, but it's all needed for us to be able to raid these clans. So yeah, if everything goes according to plan and we're able to farm all the materials that we need, tomorrow for day number 5, we should be going after this base. And then hopefully for day number 6, we'll be able to go after the next alpha clan right next door. We'll have to find a nice build spot, figure out a strategy how we can go against them. Tomorrow could get crazy though. Again, imagine these two clans are allies, seeing as they're right next to each other and they don't destroy each other. When we're raiding them tomorrow, these guys might even come and help them defend. It's gonna be real risky, guys. So many things have to go right for us, and only one thing needs to go wrong for us to fail. With all that said, let's start going after the alphas. Let's start preparing. Alright, so now that we're kind of done explaining the plan, let's get back to our base. We're gonna pick some stuff up, create kind of a little factory to get all the materials that we need. Right now, we're kind of living in I think it's a 3x3. Very cramped in here. Not enough benches to be able to craft everything that we need as fast as possible. So we are gonna need to create a factory underground. Right now, we're living up in a tree. Of course, the nighttime kind of ruins the secrecy of this base. Now that we can't turn off these benches with the off button, kinda sucks, but yeah. So first things first, since all we're doing today is gathering stuff, let's go ahead and respec to an encumbrance build. Gotta get the efficient harvest perk so that we can get twice as many resources, and the beast of burden perk, of course. We'll put 5 points into grit, 15 points into agility, and then the rest on vitality. I think since we are going to be doing a lot of farming, let's go ahead and craft ourselves some better tools, some star metal tools, and we'll go ahead and upgrade our picks with advanced tool upgrade kit, just because we need to get as much bang for our buck as we can. I want to make this as quick and easy as possible. least amount of effort in case we fail. We don't have regrets that we sunk in 10 hours of preparation just to fail. Again, we're gonna try our best. Hopefully we'll succeed with this. As long as we can use all of our explosives, I'm content. Not really in this to raid them for loot. I don't really expect that. It's very hard to use a trebuchet and raid as a solo. Ideally, you need a team to be able to raid a base successfully with a treb. One can fire, the others can go in as you're popping a hole into their base. Alrighty guys, went ahead and geared myself up and also picked up a few materials here that we're going to use to craft our factory, to craft everything that we need, which is materials to build a base and materials for explosives for the demon barrage. So now we have to figure out where we want to build this factory in the most efficient way. So the way that we're going to farm the explosives, basically, we're going to do it right now through the Headhunters event, which is live right now for the next couple days, where we basically hunt for sorcery thralls. We have a really good location here. This location here has 4 sorcery thralls. It's a super weak camp too, so the thralls aren't very strong. We could take them out pretty easily, and that's where we're gonna get all of our tar, our steel for the steel reinforcement out of the supply materials. So we need this area here, and we also need an area with a lot of brimstone, which we got here. There's also brimstone here, and an area with some crystals. We can farm some crystals here at this lay shrine, maybe somewhere in the middle right here. I guess we could do that. Yeah, let's just do there, right in the middle. I think we're just gonna do everything all in one farm run anyways, so that we don't have to keep going back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I think this place is perfect right here. Now, as for the materials that we're going to use to craft this trebuchet base, I think I'm going to be going with black ice. Just because, at least for me personally, it's the easiest materials to farm. Steel reinforcement, we can use the Headhunters event. Black ice, super abundant. Really, the only pain is the insulated wood. Everything else, like the storm glass, it looks really cool, but I just dread having to farm the hardened steel, as we can see here. Oops. So that's why I decided we'll be using black ice instead. The lesser of two evils, insulated wood or hardened brick. Alright, let's go ahead and build our factory. I've already built one in episode 1 or 2, so I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to the end so you guys don't have to watch me build another base. Alrighty guys, base is almost done and operational. Still crafting a few benches, but I decided right now that I would just come out here and farm all the wood and stone that we would need for the rest of this day, just for everything that we need. We need wood for the insulated wood, we need resin again for the insulated wood, stone for whatever we'll need it for. So just crafting about 10k of each, one trip just to get this over with right at the start. I'm gonna keep going with this for a bit more, just because I usually tend to under farm and I always have to keep making back-to-back trips, but might as well do it all in one. We're gonna need about 5,000 insulated wood to craft this really chunky trebuchet base. Really though, if I wanted to be more efficient, right now we have the efficient harvest perk, grants twice as many resources. And obviously we have some of the best tools available, but there's one more thing. We could get that sigil that increases your farm. I wouldn't really know which one gives it. I'm sure I could look it up, but finishing a vault would probably take, what, 20-30 minutes? I think we'll be alright. Maybe for the next one, once we go after the next alpha, we'll definitely try and get that sigil. We're also going to need a lot of stone to craft the explosive jars. Might even need 20,000 stone, because we do got to cook some brick as well to make some of the benches. Want to make at least maybe 5 fireball cauldrons, improved ones. Maybe 3 improved blacksmith benches so that we can start going with the iron reinforcement. I think I should just take this day. I think we'll take this day almost as a therapeutic day, where we just do the simple things on Conan. Something I usually don't really do. Not really much of a farmer in general. But I figured by now, we're 4 days in. Should probably do some farming to get some epic raids. Hopefully it all pays off in the end. Taking down 2 alpha bases. Alrighty guys, here we have it. Here's all the farm. I hope this is enough for everything that we need. About 20,000 stone, 20,000 wood, and the resin and the bark to feed the dryers. Let's get back to base, finish crafting the rest of the benches. Alrighty everybody, we are back. Went ahead and just waited for a few materials to craft so that I can craft some additional benches. Went ahead and crafted enough materials to craft the tier 3 carpenter's bench. This is the fastest one, just to help speed up this production. We got here all these dryers. Gotta get that dry wood. Over here on this improved one, we're working on just regular shape wood. Don't really need too much of it. 1,000 should be good enough. And here, turning into steel reinforcement, we're gonna need to go get some steel bars right now. Haven't crafted the fireball cauldron just yet. Again, we're gonna go do that right now. Just gotta get the materials for that. And here, 3 furnaces, just cooking brick, because it seems like brick is the main ingredient to craft a lot of the tier 2 benches. Yeah, we're gonna go out, capture a few sorcery thralls, and get ourselves some supply materials so that we can start making explosives, start making some steel reinforcement, all that good stuff. And like I said, we're gonna go to the camp right here. We live so close to it. Everything's going pretty smooth so far, I would say. Only thing that could make this go much more smoother would be maybe if we could get that gremlin sigil, which helps us farm more resources. I'm sure we're good. Honestly, we don't really need that much of crazy farm. I think with 100 to 150 bombs, we should be good enough to make a hole in that base. And then depending on how that goes, we'll farm more the next day for the second base. Would be cool to hit both bases in a day, but I think it's better if we split them up, more fun. Let's take out the thralls real quick so they don't get in the way. And here's the first sorcery thrall. Knock him out real quick. Boom, easy peasy. Here comes this one. Hopefully he'll follow us. Let's go slow. There's a third one, and there's a fourth one. This is one of the best camps for farming these sorcery thralls. Super easy. Ooh, I've never seen one with blue outfit. That's kind of rare. Alright, here we'll get 50 obelisks. Alright, second one. Pick them up. And I think 2 trips here, that should be more than enough to get all the materials that we need. I even have these skulls here. 10 skulls to turn in that we've collected over the last couple days. That should give us a bit more obelisks. Third one coming up. There we go. And there's a thrall here. We'll open it just in case he is a crafting thrall. Imagine we get a bladesmith shield raid. Honestly though, if we really wanted, we could use the event here, the headhunters event, to get some worker thralls, but I don't really see us needing it really. There we go. Another 50. We'll check these chests for some DP and some mats. Oh, we'll take the crystals actually. Alright, 4th sorcery thrall should be up here. Gotta be careful, this guy can jump off and kill himself by accident. Oh, he's so bugged. He's gonna fall. He's gonna die. Yep. Happens every time, guys. Every time. Alright, what do we get? Tier 4, come on. Tier 2. Oh, I'm not gonna bother keeping this thrall alive. Can be free. Alright, let's go purchase the supply materials. We'll turn in the skulls actually. And this gives us 5 obelisks. Not as profitable, but at least we get 200. And here it is. We're gonna invest it all in supply materials. Get a ton of tar. Get a ton of steel. Let's open these up. Get tar, very nice. 500 tar. Oh, 1,000 steel bars. That's 1,000 steel reinforcement. Iron bars, don't really need it that much. Some more iron bars. Some more steel bars. Come on, now we need some tar. There we go. Some steel bars. Some more steel bars. And some tar. Oh, one more. Iron bars. Bunch of mats. Not bad. And just like that. Super effortless. Thralls were easy to kill. One hit. Look at all the materials we're running off with. Insane. I think this Headhunters event is going to be up for maybe 4 more days. Once it's gone, it's back to farming manually. I don't know what's going on, but look at these guys. They're wearing blue today. I've never seen these thralls with blue clothes. We'll take this extra armor for tomorrow's raid. We'll take the brick. Good day today so far, guys. Feeling optimistic for tomorrow's raid. Oh, and if I haven't mentioned it yet, it's gonna be an online raid, guys. So we have to make sure that they're online. That's the thing that needs to line up too. If they're not online, we have to wait, can't do it. But hopefully they do show up, or else the party's kind of spoiled. They should be online now. At least since I've been here, there have been at least 1 or 2 online at the same time. All right, let's get in here. We're gonna need another blacksmith bench, now that we have plenty of brick. There we go. That's 3. Now we'll get this. This is gonna be 1,000 steel reinforcement. We need about 4,000 to be comfortable with a thick enough base. Oh, we're doing so good, guys. A lot of iron bars. We might want to turn these into iron reinforcement to craft maybe some tier 2. This is always cheap right here. All right, next in the agenda, we need some fireball cauldrons. Get these cooking already. I think that should be good enough, right? And thankfully we picked up some brimstone. Get that steel fire going. Gonna go farm more brimstone now and the black ice that we're gonna need to craft the black ice right here. We're also gonna need some crystals too. That's always the rarest commodity on Siptah, unless you have the sorcery to use the spell. And not that we'll need it. We'll go ahead and craft this anyways. Squish all of these berries for some oil in case we do eventually get the Grandmaster recipes. Before we go, let's go ahead and feed the carpenter's bench. Yeah, we're gonna have way more than enough. All right, we are set. Now we're off to this sandy beach area here, farm some brimstone and then some crystals here. Let's take out this wolf. We are gonna need some demon blood as well. Let's see if we get it. Yes, we do. Perfect. Bit of all coming up here. We'll farm the black ice. And actually, let's get some of this coal for our furnaces. In terms of black ice, to build the base, we're gonna need almost 7,000 black ice. Alright, let's jump down. Here we're just gonna farm the brimstone once again. We got 3 hours until raid hours. We want to make sure all this gets done before then, so we need to stash everything away. Again, not gonna do the raid today. I just feel like after doing all this farming, 3-4 hours of farming, I need a little mental break from Conan. I don't think I'm prepared for a sweaty PvP raid against the alphas immediately after. So we'll wait until tomorrow for the raid. Okay, now we're off to the center of the map and we'll just finish getting the remaining materials that we need right there. Alright, we'll farm the brimstone, black ice, need about 7,000. We'll go with 8,000 just to be on the safe side. I want this base to be as thick as possible. Dragon powder, let's see. No, but we'll take the crystals, the brick, iron reinforcement. Oh, bam. Alright, little update. This is what we have so far. Good farm run. Damn, I think we've almost pretty much cleaned out the whole center of the map for the most part. I just realized that I need about 7,000 just to build the base, but I also need enough to be able to repair during the raid once they start firing arrows and all that. I think we've pretty much cleared this whole center at this point. Now it's time to farm the dreadful crystals. You gotta pick them one by hand. Should be these, right? Yep. Just gotta do this. I think 1,000 should be good enough. Not trying to craft too many bombs. Yeah, they should really add more crystal nodes on Siptah. It sucks that you're kind of forced to learn sorcery to be able to farm it efficiently. There aren't that many good spots. And there we go. 1,000 crystals. That is as much as I can tolerate to farm. So I think we're good to go. Head back to base now. Let's do it. Alright, made it back to base, safe and sound. Let's see how everything is cooking. Tar is still going. And check out the shape wood, coming along pretty good. Investing into this speed carpenter's bench was a good idea, or else this would take forever. Yeah, we're gonna be all set for tomorrow, guys. Already over 1,000 steel reinforcement as well. Final trip, we're gonna go farm the sorcery thralls, get a few more supply crates just for extra tar now at this point, and some steel. And I think that's it. We just gotta wait for all those things to process. Alright, here we are back again. You guys already know the drill. Knock out the 4 thralls, turn them in. Alright, that's 50. 100. Alright, 150. Now the hardest thing to do on Siptah. Let's see if we can get this last one up here without it jumping off and killing themselves. Ooh! 11 dragon powder. Nice. Alright. Luck is on our side today, guys. So tough for this thrall not to die. Let's take out the other one first. Please. There we go. Okay. Now the key is keep him close. There we go. Might this be our first time being able to take this thrall alive with us? I always get lucky with this chest. I've gotten dragon powder there before. So I think certain chests have a high probability of dragon powder. Alright, 200. We'll buy everything. And I think that's it, guys. That is all the farm trips we need to be ready. Now we just gotta wait for these things to cook and just pre-craft all the stuff that we need, like the barrages, the siege foundation, all that stuff. Let's open up these, see what we get. Nice, steel. We need tar, that's what we mainly need. Ooh, look at that. Super loaded. A lot of iron bars. Don't really need all that. Alright, let's grab the steel fire that has already cooked. And we're gonna go ahead and process it already into dragon powder. So with this, only 11 dragon powder. I do have 70 back home, back in my stash, so I think we're good as long as we make it to 150. Alrighty guys, so I went ahead and completely cleared out every bench here. Raid hour starts in 10 minutes. Nothing is left here. Oh, except that. We'll take that. But yeah, completely cleared. Nothing left in the base. I went ahead and stashed the most important stuff. And the extra stuff that I don't have room for, I'm gonna go ahead and body vault now. Wish I could be on for raid hours just to see what happens. Today's server's starting to get a little more packed. But yeah, IRL calls, so must attend to that. But we'll be back tonight, finish prepping for tomorrow. Oh, and right now, check it out. The biggest alpha clan right now, there is 3 of them online right now. 1, 2, 3. And the one that we're gonna raid first tomorrow, there is 1 of them online. So a good sign that the planets will align tomorrow. We'll be able to raid them while they're online. Won't have to wait too long. But yeah guys, I'm gonna roam around for a bit, find a place to body vault, and I'll see you later tonight. Hopefully nobody finds our stash or our body vault, or else we're back to square one, sadly. See you guys then. Alrighty everybody, we are back and I have some great news. We actually managed to survive raid hours while we were away, and all of our loot made it safe and sound. I've been out here for a bit now, just kind of finishing off smelting the rest of the stuff that we're gonna need for the raid. I even went ahead and expanded the space a little bit more. Went ahead and set up this tier 3 fireball cauldron so that we can save on this and make even more dragon powder. So far, we have reached pretty much the amount that we needed for everything, I think. Let me go ahead and show you. Here is everything, guys. Look at that. All of our day's work. Got 150 bombs, should be about 75 barrages, good enough to blow through and make a decent hole in that base. I do have some extra dragon powder as well if we need it. Now, most importantly, besides the bomb, obviously, we have all of the building mats that we need. All the insulated wood, all the steel reinforcement for days, Bunch of shape wood if in case we need it. Yeah, looking good, guys. We are pretty much set and ready to go for tomorrow. I think right now, since it is the night before, I'm just gonna go ahead and already cook the explosives anyways, the barrages, just so that we can have them ready to go. I know a lot of this video we're kind of indoors and it's a very farmy video, but this is all the preparation that it takes to be able to raid, you know. So I'm walking you guys through it. This is all part of the journey. I don't want to just skip over it and just magically be at the raid, you know what I mean? Now that it's been slowed down, this will probably be 30-40 minutes, and then the barrages an additional 30, I would imagine. Everything is a process. Right now I'm already prepping to the sandstorm mask, because of course they're going to be shooting poison arrows at us. We got that good and ready to go. Let's go ahead and actually craft our vaults too. What are we going to need for that? Let's see. I think 2 vaults should be more than enough. Again, not really expecting to be walking out of this place with too much loot. There's only so much one player can do. We're going to be busy just shooting the trebuchet. They'll probably see you eventually, but we'll take the vaults just in case for the ground PvP. In case we take them down, we can at least store some of their loot. Really nervous already for tomorrow. This is gonna be tough, guys. Oh my gosh, honestly I wish I could just not do this, but gotta bring you guys some good content, so we gotta put ourselves in the riskiest situations. There we go, 2 vaults ready to go. Also back here, got all of our heals, and the armors that we're going to be using to fight should be right here. Current set that we have, and 3 additional sets, 3 weapons. Again, for if you're a new viewer, this is what I use to fight. I never craft any of my armor. I just use throw armor or any loot or any armor that I get from any players that I take down. The hardest part about this is going to be the setup, definitely. Ideally, we want to set up when they're not online, before raid hours, but if they are online, man, I don't even know how we're going to do it, if I'm being honest. Because they'll probably see us building and we're going to be carrying all of our materials. As soon as they see us building, I'm afraid that they're going to ask their neighbors, the biggest alpha clan, come and help them, and then we're not even going to last. It's going to be 10 people against us. Yeah, not too much action today, guys, but I hope you guys still enjoy, you know, the whole preparation process. Not always the most efficient, but at the end of the day, we get the job done. Alrighty, guys, went ahead and finished crafting the entire trebuchet. Here we are. We can now start crafting the demon barrages. Now, this is kind of what sucks about the trebuchet, is like you can only craft 1 at a time, so it's a little bit of a waste of time just having to be here crafting 1 by 1, and I think each takes what, maybe 20 seconds. Yeah, we're just gonna have to be doing this. Obviously I'm not gonna record the whole process, that's gonna be so boring, but that is literally the last bit of preparation that we need for tomorrow's raid. Once I get done with this, I'm gonna get a nice night of sleep, and I'll be ready mentally for tomorrow. It's gonna be crazy, man. We're going against one alpha who lives right next to another alpha clan and possibly their allies. They have the numbers against us. Oh man, I need some rest. But yeah, first gotta craft those demon barrages. So yeah, I think that is gonna be the end of this episode, guys. Day number 4 has come to an end. Thank you all for tagging along despite all the grind that we had to put into. Tomorrow, all goes according to plan. It should all pay off. Hope to see y'all back here for that. And yeah, make sure if you haven't already, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss day number 5. I'll see you guys then.
So many of them. Another one over there cutting me off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jeez. 2 alpha clans united.